are live. Hello, Proverbial Fly. I don't think I've seen you on in a while. I'm pretty sure I've seen you on before, so welcome back. Let's go ahead and get this started. We're doing regular moves on the right. On the left, we're doing a single color transition edge, not a dual one. Alrighty. Let's bring that up. Oops, sorry, should have gotten the camera out of the way, or the stuff out of the way there. And I do apologize. Yesterday I managed to trip and face plant in the grass. Jammed up my left wrist a bit, and I think I bruised my ribs on my left side. But other than that, I seem to be relatively unscathed. Let's look a little dim there on the light. Let's see. And how are we doing on the focus? Let's get that a little better. It's not quite so good when you can't actually see the pattern. Actually, let me go ahead and go full screen with that for a second. And I'm gonna go full screen on mine. Let's see if I can't get this. All right. Apologize for the I had it better than that. Almost there. Let's bump up the light just a little bit. I don't want to go too high. I don't want to wash it out. All right, so hopefully that'll work. Let me exit full screen. Go back to here. All right, there we go. Hey, no worries on that. Always appreciate replay crew. All right, so I haven't been, last time I wasn't counting off the moves individually. I mean, I was counting them as I was going through there, but I'm not pre-counting them off because I'm trying to speed up a little bit. So we're exchanging on the right. So 1, 2. 3, 4. 5, 6. 7, 8. 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So I'm going to try and go for at least an hour. Now, assuming that all my stuff doesn't fall to the floor. There we go. Let's retrieve the sword. This is going to be the fun part. There we go. My ribs really don't like bending that way. All right. And sheds 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9 are reversed. So 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and 3 on the bottom, 4 on the top, 5 on the top, 6 on the top, 7 on the bottom, and 8 and 9 on the top. Checksum looks good. There we go. And second half of the move, 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and 3 on the top, 4 on the bottom, 5 and 6 on the bottom, and 7 on the top, and 8 and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. There we go. And left side, exchange 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. And sheds 2, 3, 5, 7, and 8 are reversed. And we do the bottom first. All right, so 1 on the bottom, and 2 and 3 on the top, 4 on the bottom, 5 on the top, and 6 on the bottom, 7 and 8 on the top, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1 on the top, and 2 and 3 on the bottom, 4 on the top, and 6 on the bottom, and no, sorry, 5 on the bottom. So 1 on the top, 2 and 3 on the bottom, 2 and 3, 4 on the top, 5 on the bottom, 6 on the top, 7 and 8 on the bottom, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. All right, and this one goes over here up to the top on the right, and then this blue one gets dropped straight down here. All right, I think I got that one. And let's go ahead and get on to number 16. It's going to be a normal move on the right and a normal move on the left. And let me catch up on chat. Hey, Gwen, nice to see you on. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Equality, been a while since I've seen you. Welcome back. Apologies for being a little late tonight from Gwen. I was cutting up some bacon to cook for a bacon sandwich. Hey, it's always good to take time for bacon. And I admit I was a bit short on the scheduling for this one, mainly due to the fact that I wasn't sure if I was going to do it at all, given that I'm not feeling that great. I was actually feeling kind of bad at work, and then I realized I hadn't taken any ibuprofen today. So I took some, and I'm feeling better. Not great, but definitely better. So hopefully for that. And well, I'm definitely doing better than I was this morning, but I figure it'll probably give me a few more days before I start feeling normal. Hopefully I can keep up my exercise to keep going with that. We do a quick check over on Rumble. We got 2 people watching over there. Hey there, Rumbleites. Good to see you on as well. And all right, I think we are ready to go back to the braid. All right, so on the right, we're gonna 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, 17, and 19. I did catch Legal Vice's coverage of the bridge collapse this morning. I did send a super chat, but I didn't have a chance to keep up with chat while I was at work. So super chat seemed to be relatively well received. So that's good. 17, 18, and 19. Oh, and the LLC has been filed. Got approval from the state. And of course, I started getting a flood of official looking letters saying, I need to spend this money for this service. I need to spend that money for that service. Fortunately, the lawyer gave me a heads up that I was going to get a bunch of them, and they're not actually required services. So, all right, so sheds 2, 5, and 6 are reversed. So 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and 3 and 4 on the bottom, 5 and 6 on the top, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. There we go. And 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and 3 and 4 on the top, 5 and 6 on the bottom, and 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. I figure maybe sometime this weekend I'll try and do a design stream to start working on Kurt's braid design. I did get all of the parts for the braiding frames countersunk properly. The new tool definitely works great. I really like using it. All right, and left side, exchange 1. It's going to need a bit more of an unroll. I'm trying to figure out which e-commerce site I should use to set up the online store. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. So far, no bruises have shown up yet. It'd be interesting to see if they do or not. 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. And sheds 1, 2, 3, and 5 reverse. So 1 and 2 and 3 on the top, 4 on the bottom, 5 on the top, and 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And I finally locked in with just one provider for the attention deficit testing, which will be April 29th. Not sure how soon I'll get the results after that, but I'm looking forward to that. I still need to get around to actually getting a list of behaviors I had that lead me to believe that's what I actually have. All right, so 1, 2, 3 on the bottom, 4 on the top, 5 on the bottom, and 6, 7, 8, and 9 on top. Checksum is good. If I wasn't feeling quite as good, I would have go ahead and started the doing the design stream tonight. But I need to keep going on this braid, or I'm never going to get it done. All right, there we go. And we are ready for the next move. On to 17, which will be a edge exchange move on the right, and on the left, we are doing a normal move. Okay. Catch up on chat real quick there. Yeah, though it made me happy to hear that the Mayday that they got to the right people in time, and they were able to block off traffic going onto the bridge in both directions before it actually collapsed, which probably minimized loss of life by a significant amount. Yeah, don't pay for any stuff you don't need, and keep all the receipts, and of course keep home and business separate. Yep. As soon as I have the information I need so I can get an EIN set up, I'll do that and get a separate bank account. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it at the same bank or go to a different bank, but yeah, I will be keeping them separate. Oh. And I'm pretty good about receipts already. All right, so 1, 2. Probably going to need to do another run of Tama shells again fairly soon. I'll have to count and see how many I have currently. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Seven, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Oops. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So I think what I'll have probably ready to go when I do open the store will be Tama's braiding frames and not braiding frames, warping frames. And I was thinking something else, but I'm also going to kind of have a coming soon Taka-Dai spot. All right, so sheds 1, 2, 6, and 7 are reversed. So 1 and 2 on the top, and 3, 4, 5 on the bottom, and 6 and 7 on the top, and 8 and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. And 1 and 2 on the bottom, and 3, 4, 5 on the top, and 6 and 7 on the bottom, and 8 and 9 on the top. And this bottom one goes up to the top on the left since it's an edge transition. And we are ready for the next side. The left side, actually. So 1, 2, and 3. I'll probably also start including some 3D printed stuff as well. 3, 4. 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Did get a little bit of work done around the house. I replaced the doorknob on the bathroom door so it now shuts and closes properly, and had to dig out the pocket for the latch portion. I forget the name it's called, because it wasn't quite deep enough, which was also probably part of the problem we were having with it. And sheds 2, 6, and 8 are reversed, so 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and 3, 4, 5 on the bottom, 6 on the top, 7 on the bottom, and 8 on the top, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. I also figure keeping relatively active is probably going to help me heal up fairly quickly, as long as I don't over push it or anything like that. But figure I'm not lifting anything heavy. My work knows about it, so I'm essentially light duty. Just up and moving around, I think, is probably the best option I've got. All right, so 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and 3, 4, 5 on the top, and 6 on the bottom, 7 on the top, 8 on the bottom, and 9 on the top. Checksum is good. That one needs a little bit of unroll. And there we go, up over here on the right. And we are ready for move 18, which will be the end of the edge transition on the right. Left side will be a normal move. Do a quick check over on Rumble. And we got 2 other people still watching there. Alrighty. I'm going to try and have some more and longer streams over the next couple of weeks, so I can start getting back into my normal schedule. All right, so on the right, we're going to exchange 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And since it's the end of the edge transition, we usually do the top moves first. Sheds 3, 6, and 8 are reversed. So 1 and 2 on the top, 3 on the bottom, and 4 and 5 on the top, 6 on the bottom, and 7 on the top, 8 on the bottom, and 9 on the top. Okay, yep. 9 on the top. Yep, that looks right. Okay. And up over this last one here. And bottom one goes up to the top on the left. And so bottom moves next. So 1 and 2 on the bottom, 3 on the top, and 4 and 5 on the bottom, 6 on the top, 7 on the bottom, and 8 on the top, and 9 on the bottom. Just put that there. And top one goes over to here and down to the bottom on the left. And the next one just drops straight down to the lower rail. All right, we're done with that. Edge transition moves. Left side, we're going to exchange 1. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 and 17. Oh, almost forgot. I did get a chance to listen to the audiobook of Tower of Silence, which is the 4th book in the saga of the Forgotten Warrior by Clarie Cassan. First book in the series is Son of the Black Sword. '15, 16, and 17. It was really, really good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Last one should come out the latter part of this year, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's definitely the last book in the series, and Larry's such a regular author. I am not worried about being delayed at all. The audiobook was a bit delayed because Audible messed up, but they did get it done, and it was a really good dramatic reading of it. I'm recommend it highly if you like epic fantasy in an Indian-themed world that may be magical and may be scientific. You really don't know for sure. All right, so sheds 3, 6, and 8 are reversed on the left. So 1 and 2 on the bottom, 3 on the top, and 4 and 5 on the bottom, and 6 on the top, 7 on the bottom, 8 on the top, and 9 on the bottom. Check sum is good. And 1 and 2 on the top, 3 on the bottom, and 4, 5 on the top, 6 on the bottom, 7 on the top, 8 on the bottom, and 9 on the top. Check sum looks good. And that passes on through to the top on the right. And we are ready for the next move. Hey, we're up to 10 people in YouTube, according to YouTube. On to move 19. On the right, it'll be a standard move. And on the left, we're also doing a standard move. And quick check over to Rumble. Well, we're down to just me over there. Guess I got a little boring. All right. And hey, Jail Rees, nice to see you on. Welcome, welcome. And you too, Valerie. I'm at work, so I won't be very active in chat, but I'm still here. Hey, no problem, Equality. It's always good to have you on. as the official person with the best username on the internet. All right, so 3, 5, 7, 13, 15, and 17 on the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And sheds 1, 3, and 9 are reversed on the right. Hey, C. Bumpus, nice to see you on. Welcome, welcome. All right, so 1 on the top and 2 on the bottom, 3 on the top, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 on the bottom, 9 on the top. Checksum is good. A couple of those need a little bit more unroll. Gwen says, walk away for a couple of minutes and chat freezes. I am sorry to hear that. All right, so pass this through to the bottom on the left. And 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top, 3 on the bottom, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the top, 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. There we go. And left side, 3, 5, and 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And this one's a little more twisted than usual. Let's see if I can't get it fixed. There we go. And sheds 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, and 9 are reversed on the side. So 1, 2, 3 on the top, 4, 5, 6 on the bottom, and 7, 8, and 9 on the top. Checksum looks good. And I think, unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to stop after this move because my wrist is starting to tell me that I really should stop if I want it to keep healing and not getting worse. So I apologize for that. We've only been going for about a half hour. Let's see. And 1, 2, 3 on the bottom, and 4, 5, 6 on the top, and 7, 8, and 9 on the bottom. Checksum is good. All right, and There we go. And next move will be 20. On the right, we're going to exchange 3, 5, 13, 15, and 19. Sheds 2, 3, and 7 reversed. Left side, we're going to exchange 5, 7, 9, 13, 15, and 19. Alrighty. Let's go back to here. Guess chat doesn't realize bacon is more important than chat. Unfortunately, bacon does tend to prioritize itself over chat. And thank you very much for that. I'm just trying to decide if I can transition out to the garage computer to do designing, because it's a little hard to do design on this, switching back and forth between programs on a single computer. It always tends to want to switch to the 2-2 twill pattern and sometimes messes up the pattern, so I'm a little hesitant to do that, but it'll probably take me about 15 minutes to do that, and I am kind of worn out. Today is a bit rough. Unfortunately, I found out when you're in a little bit of pain, you tend to get tired faster, and even my wake-up medicine is not helping as much as I would like. Back up to one other person on Rumble. So, all right, I do apologize for the short one. I will try and have another one on Thursday. Wednesday, I'm going to finish trying to get some chores done around the house. I've got to finish fixing the front screen door. The handle fell off of it, and so I got a replacement handle on, but I had to move it over to actually get it to fit properly because the old one kind of fell off because the prior owners of the house didn't have it set right, or the house shifted or something like that, and it was kind of just bumping up against the door jamb. And so rather than repeat that problem, I moved it over to where it would be in a good spot. It looks pretty good. The only problem is that the where it's attached to the door, instead of being straight across here, there's a little pocket here and a little pocket here, and the screws go here. So when you clamp it, it kind of squishes on there and it won't turn. So I need to put in some shims there. It shouldn't take too long. And I've got some shim, plastic shim material from work that I can easily cut to the right size. Oh, excuse me. So I will get that done tomorrow. I'll probably try and work a little bit in the shop. Standing up seems to be a little easier on my ribs than sitting down. And while the new mattress was kind of hurting my back, I did get a memory foam 4-inch thick mattress topper, which when I slept on last night, while admittedly my ribs did hurt, my back felt much, much better. Probably the only reason I was able to mostly sleep through the night, so I'm hoping tonight will be much better. Let's see. Thank you very much, Equality. I appreciate that. Just as a heads up here, interesting odd takes on the economy. Last couple of years after COVID hit until the start of this year, I would get probably 1 to 3 evictions a month. And prior to COVID, it was a little bit more than that. But since the start of the year, I've averaged probably about 1.5 to 2 evictions per week. This week, this Friday, I've got 4 evictions scheduled and 2 more for the following weekend. So it's interesting to see how things might be indicators of how the economy is going in general. I realize that it's a very, very small sample size, but it is a definite change in what it's been for the past few years. And trying to think what else it was I was going to comment on. Like I said, I'm going to try and have a web store up pretty soon. I'm trying to find a good source for that if people happen to know that. I still need to get that link about Cookie Monster as the ultimate paramilitary operator. Posted a link to that to my community tab. for Marmar. Hopefully that'll help cheer her up. Oh, and while I am thinking about that, let me go ahead and do a quick copy of the link for the Dr. Moo GoFundMe. Just copy this real quick and alrighty. And paste this plain text. There we go. All right, and back here. Thank you for everyone. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe to see more. As per the amendment, awesome braiding content. I appreciate that. We actually hit 1431 yesterday, but it dropped down to 1429 by the start of the stream today. I'm hoping if I can get a little more active. I see YouTube seems to have kind of shaken me a little bit free of the algorithm. I've actually been getting a decent amount of views for the amount of content I've been putting out. Let me do a quick check over that. Oh, and I should let me go ahead and set up a redirect if anybody's available. All right, let's go to content and live, edit, customization, and add a redirect. Let's see who else is on. All right, so Aussie Overlord is on and potentially Criminal. I'll go ahead and I'll set up for Aussie because I'm going to do a braid for him before I do one for Sean on potentially Criminal. Get that set up. And I think Aussie needs, he's usually pretty good for some getting some cheer his way. Oh, and I might wind up as a guest on his show. Oh, and I am also ordering a Lego set, so I can potentially be interviewed by Valhalla and MLS on their show. I think I've got a Japanese fortress that I'm going to go for, so I'm looking forward to that. Other than that, things are going pretty good otherwise, and I'm hoping in the next day or two I will be feeling much better. I'm actually, admittedly, I've been taking ibuprofen since I got home from work, or actually a little bit before that, and I am definitely feeling better than I was this time last night. So I got that going for me. Coolness from Gwen and equality. Yay! I'm kind of envious of Megan's Lego skills. I'm actually interested to see how well I will do with that. I'm actually, admittedly, this may be just my own ego talking. I'm pretty good at imaging 3D stuff, and I'm also pretty good at following directions. My wife says that I kind of don't register as male because one of the things I do is I look at the directions first before doing stuff. So thank you very much. I'm hoping I should be able to order it this week, so I could probably be available fairly soon after that, though I'm not sure if they got anything this week, but I know the following week they're doing Law and Lumber, so I'm looking forward to that. You're creative and crafty. I'm crafty, but not creative. I'm not so sure if I'm all that creative, but I'm pretty good at synergizing other things I've seen to make it match it together in a way that I like it, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm going to try and be able to get on Valhalla show. It'd be interesting what we talk about. I'm actually pretty good at listening as well as doing other stuff. And I did see something on somebody's short about. All right, let me jump back real quick. I know we've talked in the past about people having an internal monologue where they can, read something and actually hear it as a voice in their head, or have a conversation that sounds like voices in their head. And I'd mentioned that I remember when it actually kind of turned on that way in my head. When I was a kid, like about 4 years old, and I told my mom, I can hear myself think. And she said, yes, everybody can do that. And apparently that's not the case. Some people can't do that. But there's also, as far as mentally imaging things, my wife has what's called aphantasia, which she doesn't actually have any mental images in her head. If she closes her eyes and tries to imagine something, there's nothing visual that pops up. She can think about it and she can plan and whatever. It's just nothing shows up in her mind's eye as an actual image or something like that. And I'm the type where I could do like a whole like 3D rendering video in my head. I mean, that's kind of how when I read books, that's what goes on in my head, is I actually run a movie of the story in my head as I'm reading, which is probably one of the reasons why I have such a hard time stopping reading when I'm actually like reading a book. If I listen to it as an audiobook, I can usually stop when I need to. But I saw a YouTube short where they're talking about how people with attention deficit can actually do like full 3D rotational examination and manipulation of images in their head, even if it's, they don't have a full grasp, they don't get a good look at the first time. And that's kind of like a ADD superpower that most people who don't have it aren't able to do. So I don't know if that's another sign that I actually do have it or not. But yeah, I can do the take apart and like rotate, close my eyes and rotate it in my head and actually, get proper perspectives and stuff like that. So I don't know if that's like a superpower or not, but it's pretty handy at times. It makes it easier for me when I'm doing CNC programming to get a better idea of what I need to do. So let me catch up with chat real quick here. And thank you, C. Bumpus. And my husband asked me if I can picture a red heart in my head, and I could only do a gray heart. Brains are so weird. Yep. I don't normally, when I dream, I'm not really able to usually tell if there's color or not, unless there's something in my dream that lets me know that it is color. But they prescribed me a medicine for my migraines from my primary care doctor at the time. It was a real Effexor was the name of it. And that was a big mistake. It made it to where I couldn't talk. I had like about 5 sentences that I could do, and anything beyond that, it took me a real hard time to be able to actually do it. So we went off of it. And my doctor at the time told me that you're taking such a low dose, you can just stop. Well, he was incorrect. I mean, really incorrect. Like the second day after I stopped taking it, one of the side effects of withdrawal is what they call hyper-realistic dreaming. And oh boy, did I have that. Every 5 minutes, I was waking up after picture, you're skydiving, and it felt like I was there in ultra high def 22K resolution. I could see the pores on the face of the person I was skydiving with in full HD or whatever the color correction is thing they've got for stuff, and it was not fun. So I wound up having to, what I was taking was a capsule. I had to break the capsule open and count the individual pellets of the drug inside there, and reduce it by 1 or 3 or something like that per dose until I finally got down to a level I felt I could stop. And that was, I will never take that medicine again. That was absolutely miserable. And it's the reason I stopped having that guy as my primary care physician was because he said, it's a small dose, you can just stop. And it's probably one of the hardest medicines to withdraw from. I've talked to a couple other people who've had to do it, and everybody has had an absolute miserable time. But I was not willing to be a zombie for the rest of my life. So I did not enjoy that experience, but man, can my brain give me really, really, really high definition stuff if it is encouraged properly. And while the realism was rather impressive, I'd rather not go through that again. Didn't help that I had really bad mood swings for while I was going through that. I'd be going from fine to crying back to fine in 5 minutes, and there was no reason for any of it. That was really frustrating. Sorry, I'm venting a lot. I'm really venting. I apologize. But I didn't want to shortchange you folks. It's been wonderful talking to you. and appreciate your comments. And I'm really looking forward to streaming again soon, and getting more done on this braid. Looks like I got about 24 inches on it now, so I'm probably about 3/5 of the way through. And I need to get started on some other stuff, and I probably need to get some silk ordered for the next couple of braids, so I'm looking forward to that. Yep, kind of wow. Sorry for going off on that tangent there, but it's always watching and listening to you, Torin. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm assuming that was it's always nice watching. The word eater struck again. On my ISP has had some internal news groups, and that's where I first ran across the concept of the word eater. It is a paranormal monster that haunts Usenet groups and randomly eats words out of what you're posting. So another thing I've considered writing a short story or something about. There are in Lovecraftian lore the Hounds of Tyndalos. They kind of haunt the timeline, and if you garner their attention, they will hunt you through time and remove you from the timeline. So I was thinking of doing something like that. That's just a concept that always kind of interested me. And I also always liked the British sci-fi show called Sapphire and Steel, which was a time travel show that was different from most of them, where normal time travel shows, you have people traveling through time. And in Sapphire and Steel, time travels through people, places, and things. And I also really liked Joanna Lumley and David McCallum as an acting pair. So, thank you very much, Gwen. I appreciate that. One quick check last time over on Rumble. Got 2 people watching over there. We've been doing actually almost an hour now, so I don't feel quite so bad about going ahead and ending the stream, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Gives me about an hour or so to make sure that I've got everything taken care of before I fall asleep, but I'll probably be asleep in half an hour most likely. So let's see, catch here. It's always watching you. Sounds like 1984 Big Brother. Big Brother is watching you, or the prisoner. Let's see, equality. I think we had the same thought. And when Jinx, you owe me an ice cream. Or you owe me ice cream. All right. And are you a bot? All righty. I guess be seeing you. And as always, stay safe and happy braiding.